Balance your body. We're going to explore today why you create, don't finish, and hide it. I'm Alex Iglesia. Now, I don't have answers for you, but I have a process and an experience for you to find more answers than you can count. So, we're going to start with our body. We're going to use your body. Put one foot forward, and with your elbows, gently drive a rotation. Let this move through your ankles, your knees, your hips. We're going to open up a pattern, a story pattern, a pattern language. And in this pattern, you'll likely find some resonance for yourself. Maybe not all the pattern, maybe all of the pattern, maybe part of the pattern. And how you'll have certain memories and certain emotions. So about halfway through, we're going to stop and I'm going to show you a very interesting thing we can do to integrate and process those emotions so that you can change the story. And you can start to tell a different story, live a different story, and have a different set of movements. Switch your legs, other leg forward. Okay, so the basic idea, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When I was young, I would get models, like model airplanes from the little hobby store. And I'd go home, I'd build that model as best as I could. I didn't think it was very good. I didn't think I was very good at following directions and instructions. It was very difficult for me. Then I'd finish that model, take your legs wide, shift side to side as you move your elbows. So we're getting rotation and we're mobilizing all your joints. We're creating the ability for your body to move. Your body is the structure and the metaphor for pretty much everything you do. If you get into it. So I would finish these models. I I didn't get to show my dad, right? He wasn't very validating or reflecting or educational when it came to things like that. It wasn't something he did. And and then I'd hide those model airplanes underneath my bed. I had this big drawer under my bed. Well, that pattern, let's take your elbows and make a big circle. That pattern was something I continued for a very long time. And the thing is, no one belief, no one mindset, no one choice can just change that pattern. It's one of those things that it's difficult to just be aware of the surface of it. It's helpful to see the whole pattern, to see the whole process, to work with the whole structure, and then to be able to integrate it and create something new. So here we go. The first piece of the movement is to bend your knees and rise up. This is the moment where I'm in the hobby store and I go, that's what I want, that one. Now, we all respond to things, we all resonate with certain things, and it's not always clear why. We're driven by fear, we're driven by love. So for you, when you were young, and these days, when you're not so young, can you be aware of how you're driven by things, how you resonate, how you know that I want to do that, I want to buy that, I want to see that, I want to say that. So some sort of impulse, a creative impulse, the evolutionary impulse comes through you. There's a pulse of life. From there, we start on our path. We start our process. Take a step or two forward. Now, generally, the slower you can go with this, the more you can be aware of, the more memories, the more emotions you'll surface. We want to move through this with a regulated nervous system. And the beautiful thing is, every little nook and cranny of dysregulation that you experience along the way here is part of the pattern, part of things that'll get you distracted, make you go eat. If along your path you can't be consistent, which is all of us, because of nervous system, because of how things have been, and because of expectations, that's where we start to get off track, which is normal. From the end here, we're forward, we're at our destination, we're at our moment of, hey, here's my model. Now, what ought to happen is, look what I did. Some version of, look what I did. That can be buy my thing, join my program, eat my meal. It can be all sorts of results. How was that for you when you were young? Was there a time, a certain thing that you would try to make or made? You didn't think it was that great, or maybe you thought it was really great. Maybe you showed off, and maybe you were insecure. And the result, the experience you got from someone, an adult, parent, society, your own mind, was not that good. And so instead of yes and celebration and yes anding and growing and feedback, it became something else, some sort of contraction. So model that for yourself. When I finished the models, I hid it. I put it away and I didn't think it was any good and I'd put it away. But some people might finish their thing and then just completely let it go and forget about it. So find your way of I get to my result, I get to the end of the journey, I get to the end of the process. And what happens? Collapse, dismissal, nobody's there. When we return from an initiation and nobody's there to bring us back into the community, that's a problem. That's a problem for society. That's a different story. So let's come back now. We've got our why am I doing this? The how am I staying on track? The getting to the end and what's that experience like? Now, somewhere in your past, that did not go so well. And it became a template for many things, maybe not everything. And you may have, um, what's the word? I want to say composted. It's not composted, compensated. You may have compensated for that template in other ways, which is his own challenge and problem. So put your feet underneath you, take a moment to land, soften your knees, feel the support of the ground. Think about that memory, the whole of it now. You've got not just I did models and I didn't like it and then I hid it, but you've got the awareness of your whole process from your clarity of why, how it felt to do it, how it felt to finish, and how it felt to be you being received or not with it, and then what you did about that and what you made that mean. So there's all of that wrapped up. And this is going to take a little bit of time for you to start to undo. But here's how you do it. One, you've already started to do it by being aware of it. Two, you get supported by the environment that you're in now. And three, and this comes from integral eye movement therapies, keep your head still and move your eyes in a diagonal. Think about the memory. Move your eyes in a diagonal. 5 to 6 times is fine. And then side to side. Think about the memory. Think about any part of the process. And then the other diagonal. Think about the memory, whatever part of memory comes to mind. Good. Now rest. Like really rest. When you take this process, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 pieces. We've also got the final identity of it. Who did you become and who did you think you are? So we got 5 pieces minimum that you can look at where you got stuck, where you got your identity got stuck, your process got stuck, your way of being got stuck, stuck in the past, stuck developmentally, and you kept that template, you kept that habit stack, and you kept those relationships going. So there's a number of different places that can feel off and feel so not so good that bring to mind particular parts of that memory. If you do your eye movement integration and then pause, you'll be set up very, very well for something new to emerge in your life. There's 2 pieces. One is you can learn new things that you didn't notice and you couldn't have learned before because there was no place for it. If you got no place to put something, you're going to have a hard time putting it there. You're going to pile things up only to deny them and be in denial of them and avoid them. We don't want that. So we do the eye movements with the pattern. And now, how would you like that story to go? How would you like that process to go? So you can narrate it first and then bring that into your body, and it goes like this. So back to the same movements, but a new story. What I resonate with and love that I know about, or I know exactly what drives me. I want to make a thing and I know why. So you can get the idea. Multiple narratives here. You can narrate it and use my words, but ultimately start to generate your own story. Then slow moving through the process. And if you're moving slowly, you can be aware that you're in the moment and you are aware to some degree of what you think the result is. And where is that result? Where is the result? Something's going to tell you it's over there, not over there. It's that far, not this far. How do you know? Good question. So you get to the result, you get to the end of this particular journey and story and process. Start to open it up, which can be scary. Even if it's scary, I can open up. I can share with the appropriate people at the appropriate time because the thing is ready. It's ready enough. It's ready enough for feedback. It's ready enough for reflection. What's your story? How do you want to generate this? And we finish by backing up just a little bit, taking a perspective, opening up, identity. The attention is now on yourself. Who am I? Who am I being? Who am I because of this? Who did I become? Answer that. Let your system, let your body, let the process answer that. Simply, I'm a maker, I'm a doer, I'm a builder, a creator, someone who models, someone who can follow through the end, someone who can navigate the process. Someone who does a thing is a really great way to do it. And if you get in a particular identity statement, that's fine too. You don't need to fixate on it. But the process, the actions, the way of being have now been synthesized in you. And you've got a new story. You're literally in a new story. You've completed a process. So well done. Practice this again. Repeat it through your day. Take a more challenging aspect of your doing and your habits into this process and see how quickly you can create some change, relieve yourself of some stress, force yourself less because you have forged yourself into someone you more want to be, were meant to be, and already were.